Happy Friday, everybody. In case if you've missed me these past few weeks, my name is Stuart Huggins, and I am the student intern here at the Wesley Center in Chattanooga, and I am also the director of youth ministry at St. John United Methodist Church. And I like to jump over here on Fridays and send you guys off on a safe and healthy weekend with the Wesley Center DBRs, or in this case, a safe and healthy Thanksgiving, because that's next Thursday. And so today is November 20th, and our DBRs for today are Psalm 100, Isaiah 40, 1 through 11, which is going to be our focus for today, Revelation 22, 1 through 9, or you can read Psalm 95, 1 through 7a, or 1 Chronicles 17, 1 through 15. So, like I said, we're going to be going over Isaiah 40, 1 through 11 today, and, I remember as a kid, I worked in camp and retreat ministries and went to camp in camp and retreat ministries for many years. And one of my favorite things that we used to do was there was a worship song that we sang, and it was by a band called Hillsong United. Maybe you've heard of them. And it was Isaiah 41, and it's literally Isaiah 41 put into a song form. And that was always one of my favorite things to do in chapel. That was always whenever I felt just the presence of the Lord, inside the chapel, just wrapping around all these awesome campers that we had. And listening to that song really pushed me into the book of Isaiah and that specific verse in general. And that is definitely a verse, one of my favorite verses of all time. And Isaiah, I've really began to study that a lot more recently and really began to love that book, the entire book, not just that one verse. So I'm pretty excited to share with you guys Isaiah 41 through 11 today and talk a little bit about it. Comfort my people, says to your God. Speak tenderly to Jerusalem and proclaim to her that her hard service has been completed, that her sin has been paid for, and that she's received the Lord's hand double for all of her sin. A voice of one calling, in the wilderness, prepare the way for the Lord, make straight in the desert a highway for our God. Every valley shall be raised, and every mountain and hill made low. The rough ground shall become level, the rugged places a plain. And the glory of the Lord will be revealed, and all people will see it together, for the mouth of the Lord has spoken. A voice says, cry out. And I said, what shall I cry? All people are like grass, and their faithfulness is like the flowers of the field. The grass withers and the flowers fall, because the breath of the Lord blows on them. Surely the people are grass. The grass withers and flowers fall, but the word of our God endures forever. You who bring good news to Zion, go up on a high mountain. You bring good news to Jerusalem. Lift up your voice with a shout. Lift it up and do not be afraid. Say to the towns of Judah, here is your God. See, the sovereign Lord comes with power, and he rules with a mighty arm. See, his reward is with him, and his recompense accompanies him. He tends his flock like a shepherd. He gathers the lambs in his arms, and he carries them close to his heart, and he gently leads those that have young. So, the whole idea behind this verse is these verses in kind of these next few chapters in Isaiah is comfort. Comfort and peace, comfort for God's people, and comfort that is led through this Holy Spirit of Christ. So that's how you can really describe Isaiah 41 through 11 is just one specific word, and that's comfort. So this text is a word of tenderness after a long and very dark night of judgment. The text is clear about one thing, though. What happened to Jerusalem happened because of the city's sin. She has received from the Lord's hand double in exchange for, or because of all her sin. But as it often is the case, the violence got out of hand. The reference here to double likely refers to excessive violence on the part of the Babylonians, a risk that God takes when employing empires in the execution of God's will. The comfort that Isaiah 41 through 11 offers then is not only an attempt to restore hope in Yahweh's relationship with Israel, it is also an acknowledgement on Yahweh's part that the judgment went too far, well beyond what he intended, what Yahweh intended. So it's not that comfort or lack thereof is an important theme, but it just shows that there's always a way back. There's always a comfort in just following the Holy Spirit that has the desire, that we all have the desire to get led by, if we just open up our hearts and listen to it, y'all. So, and Isaiah 41 goes into even more detail about the whole comfort. When you pass through the fires, I will be with you. When you pass through the waters, when you pass through the waters, they will not consume you. All these verses that just go back to the idea of comfort and peace, and Christ walking with you, and the Holy Spirit walking with you. That is just a beautiful thing that I think, especially after all that's happened this year, I think everybody can use a little bit of that hope, and that little bit of comfort that the Holy Spirit is offering you through these scriptures in Isaiah. So that's all I have for you guys today, guys. I hope you all have a safe and healthy Thanksgiving, and I want to remind you guys, do not make the rookie mistake, and make sure you wear your stretchy pants. A rookie mistake would not be wearing stretchy pants. So I will see you guys next Friday. Have a great Thanksgiving. Peace.